Welcome to Ghost Town. Now, Ghost Town has basically two main points. It's going to be the middle of the map where you're going to have the heavy tanks and some of the more heavily armored medium tanks. You can also try and get a few flanking shots off if you're in a medium tank that doesn't have so much armor. Although, if you are in a medium tank that doesn't have a lot of armor, then I would recommend you go with the light tanks or, the medium tanks that are going over this side. Now, the reason why I don't say anything about this, yes, there are a few kind of ridge lines that you can hide behind and a few rocks that you can get behind to push your way up through here. But it's very open over this side. And once you win this side of the map, you can't really do too much as long as there's people sitting up here or in the middle of the map. So that's really the main kind of issue of this side of the map. Whereas this side, you have plenty of opportunity to just rush down. You can get behind cover. And once you get up to either this spot or this spot, you can easily dominate the middle of the map. And just have one person cap in or, a few people cap in, a few people up here. And you can easily win this map. It's very dominant for these two positions here. Just because they're on the higher ground and there's bushes there. So you can have a light tank that's just going to sit in there and just spot everyone. And then TDs can just sit there and just do some damage farming. So this side of the map is really important, as well as the middle. But this side, it's not important, but you need to keep an eye on it. So yeah, it's not as important as the other side. But let's now get into the light tank spots and show you some of the places you can go. Okay, so light tank spot number 1 is going to be in this bush right here. You can go up to here, although I wouldn't really recommend it unless another light tank has already taken this position. Just simply because this position gives you the best view range possible. As you can see here, you can see over this, so if anyone's there, you'll be able to spot them. If there's anyone that's crossing over, you'll also be able to spot them. Even people that are going to be in this position here, if they shoot or go too far through the bush, you will spot them. It's a great position to be in. Also, exactly the same as on the other side, in these bushes right here, as you can see there. If they shoot or go too far, then you can spot them. And you're relatively safe as long as you have good camera rating from anyone that's actively spotting as well, as long as they don't come too close. So yeah, this spot is a great spot and is the spot that you should go to if you are just starting out in your light tanks and you need a spot to just get to and be done with it. Having said that, once your team does win this, don't just continue sitting in this spot because you're going to need to try and, move around a bit and do some damage and whatnot. But, that's just basic light tank stuff. So this spot works really well at the start, but you need to go and help your team out. Either if you just move around here to go and, assist them, or you just push forwards a little bit and help out your team some way or another. But yeah, that's light tank spot number 1. Light tank spot number 2 is what I'll show you up there, which we'll go to right now. Okay, so here we are. Now, for this spot, yes, you can see people that are crossing. Yes, you can see that spot over there. And yes, you can see anyone that's in there. It's just not as dominant because if you are trying to spot anyone there, you can't. Having said that, you can spot people that are trying to cross here. But you won't be able to spot people that are trying to cross a bit further back. Just simply because it's outside your spotting range. So you're not going to be able to actually see them. But you can pull back and get some nice easy shots on people that are crossing. As long as the bush is completely solid, then you can get some nice shots on people that are crossing over there. You can get quite a bit of damage done that way as well. Exactly the same is for the other side. So these two spots kind of, double up on either side. It's pretty symmetrical. And you just aim down this corridor here. And you can shoot any heavy tanks that are slow enough to be going across here. So yeah, that's this side of the map. There's plenty of spots you can go to in your light tanks. Also, you can also do this. And you shouldn't get spotted. As long as you're the first one here, you shouldn't get spotted doing this. You can just sit here and you'll spot anyone that's trying to make a move over this ridgeline. Once you spot them, you're going to just fall back if they're getting too close. Or you can just sit there for a little bit more. And you'll spot anyone that's trying to, peek up or whatever. And you shouldn't get spotted in return. Just always be careful of this bit over here and this bit over here, because obviously TDs and other stuff love to sit there. So don't sit out in the open for too long if you're spotted. Always try and get back into cover. But yeah, that's the light tanks done. There's not really too many spots that you should go to over here, as I've already said, because the majority of the team are going to be in the middle here and over here. So that's why I'm only showing you over this side. There are spots over there, but they're just not really that useful. Okay, so now for the medium tanks. I am going to show you over here again, just because it's not exactly the same for the medium tanks. Obviously, you can shoot across, which is what I'd recommend. But there are a few spots that you can get to, and you need to be aware of when you're actually trying to peek this. So, right at the start of the game, what I'd recommend you do is just get up into this position. You could take the more safer route, which is around there. I'm just going to do over this side just for quickness. But go straight up into this position here and just try and shoot anyone that you can see. Anyone that's over here, anyone that's crossing over there, just get some shots off. Now, if you have a good turret armor, and you're going to need some good gun depression to do this, as you can see, you're going to need quite a decent amount. Just go along here and just get some shots off on people. Now, once you have cleared out anybody over there, then you can start progressing forwards. Now, the problem being is, if there's someone still in that bush, you're going to get spotted, and anyone that's sitting in the middle of the map is going to be able to shoot you. So use this rock as cover. You can also go here straight away if you're in something that's fast enough. But you just need to be warned that if you get here, it's quite hard to get out if you're being constantly spotted. I mean, you can go close up and then you won't get shot as much, because if you go, for example, around here, they're going to have to be, you know, looping shells over somehow. So it's impossible to get shot from the middle of the map as you're over there, especially if your team still controls this, which they should do. But yeah, if you get close enough up, then you can, you know, use this to your advantage. You are going to need gun depression, as I've said. Something like an STB-1 would be great here, because then you can actually move up, although it doesn't really have the speed to get here fast enough, so it's not worth it to try it with an STB-1. But yeah, this spot over here is just great. There's not really too many other spots that you can go to in a medium tank, unless you want to go into the middle of the map, which I'm going to show you with the heavy tanks. But yeah, this is where I would recommend the majority of medium tanks go to. Even if you're in like a 430U, you can still go here, because you can just then dominate the ridge lines. There are a few spots where you don't even need gun depression. Like, you can go all the way out and then shoot across. Once you do win this side of the map or the other side, just try and get up this hill as fast as possible. You can go around there for a little bit more cover, and then you can go up to this spot here. The only point where it's kind of really exposed is over here. But if you've already gone up to there, then you have a little bit more cover than you would here. So, I mean, straight away you can go all the way to the back, and then you won't get detected or even get shot at. So you can then use this hill. There's going to be people up here no matter what. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to know that you're here. So as soon as you get to this position, you're going to have to be very careful with where you peek and how you're peeking. Because once you're up here, it's not too bad. But when you're going up there, lots of people are going to turn around and face you. So you need to be careful about that. But yeah, that's just basically medium tanks. I'm now going to show you the heavy tanks, which is going to be in the city. Just take into consideration, yes, the 430U can go there, or some, you know, more heavily armored tanks that are more suited towards the heavy tank playstyle if you're a medium tank. Okay, so the heavy tanks are relatively simple. The only real spot that you want to go to is this spot right here. Now, quickly, you can go there, although you're not going to get basically any use out of that, because as soon as you try and go back, then you're going to get shot at by that position over there, which we've already spoke about. So you can go there and try and get some shots on people that are around here, but there's not going to be as many people as there would be if you're over here. Now, straight away, you're going to have to worry about this position right here. Lots of tanks can go hold down there, so be careful. and this position right here. Now, you can rush this position and get down into that dip, although I wouldn't really recommend it unless you're in, like a 279E or whatever, or a tank that has lots of gun depression. Then, yeah, sure, go for it. But the majority of tanks, I would recommend just going along here. You can, like, launch yourself up a little bit, like this, and then you can get, gun depression and go over it. As you can see, even the 277 can do this without any issues, like so. So yeah, this spot's really nice. There's not really much else that you can really talk about. The exact same is going to be the other side. So yeah, I'm not really going to waste any more time. Let's just move on to the TDs. Okay, and for the TDs, well, there's not really anywhere else that I'd recommend you go other than up on this hill. The reason being that you have vision over the entire city, and anyone that's pushing over this side, you can shoot. Now, you can go down to this position right here, which is going to give you a little bit more of a chance for over this side, just because this rock can get in the way. So anyone that's actually pushing down, you'll then be able to shoot like this, and there you go. So over here as well, you can then shoot anyone that's pushing down from this position. But this hill in general is where you'd want to be in your TDs. Unless you're in a assault TD, then obviously go into the city and try your best there. But that's basically it for Ghost Town. It's not the most dynamic of maps, especially for the TDs. You're going to have to be... A lot of the time it's just a stalemate, because no one really wants to push this, and no one really wants to push this. So the TDs are kind of out the game unless they get spotting from the light tanks, which does happen. I mean, you can shoot the light tanks pretty easily from this position here, but it's not the most fun map to play, and it's not the most kind of enjoyable. If you did enjoy this video, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and leave a like on the video. Also join the Discord, which you can find down in the description or even in the comments on the pinned one. And yeah, come and see me on Twitch. I should be streaming as this goes live. So yeah, come and see me. Come and hang out. We're going to be doing the Burask challenge. If anyone wants to kind of come and hang out with that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in a bit.